Quick note, this is an AI-assisted recap made for learning, not the original video, and not an official translation. This year local AI crossed from interesting to genuinely useful, and it happened fast because two things improved at once. The models got really good, and so did the harnesses around them. The only way to keep up is to use it a bit more each day. The way we use AI changed. Reasoning models paused to think, and then agents arrived that you never want to switch off, running productively around the clock. Enterprises want to pour their IP in, and consumers want to hand over health records and home camera footage, but nobody wants it to leak. When tokens generate non-stop, cost matters, and local answers both worries at once, everything stays in the room, and the bill stops climbing. For the panelists it started with Llama, the shock that you could download this alien intelligence and run it on your own machine. Then the leaps came fast. A 4 billion parameter Quen now matches what data centers once served as GPT-4o, running in your pocket. DeepSeek's mixture of experts unlocked real speed on a Mac Studio or a Spark, and newer open models now reach Opus-level quality on a desktop box. What made frontier intelligence useful this year was access. A camera gave it eyes, and a command line with your whole file system gave it hands, so it could finally touch the real world. Joseph told the airplane story, a $1 trillion phone called a seat tray a printer, while the early open model Olivier looked at the same photo and got it right. The lesson stuck, even the largest companies do not own a monopoly on the frontier, so making that intelligence broadly accessible is what matters. Nobody wants one giant model for every job. Let the smartest model plan the architecture, then hand execution to a cheaper one. Matt pointed to Coinbase, whose token usage is exploding while costs stay flat, precisely because they mix models instead of paying top price for every call. But routing opens hard new problems. Split a plan into subagents, and you must decide which model each piece goes to, and how to give it the right context. Underneath the excitement is a demand for control. Enterprises do not want to be told what they can do, or to pay top price for workloads that never needed it. They want sovereignty, the ability to swap models out, and no fear of being rug pulled overnight because someone flags a safety risk or quietly ships an update. If you build on a foundation, you want to pin the exact version, know it cannot change under you, and decide for yourself when to opt in to anything new. The panel agreed the pendulum is swinging back towards small, specialized models, tuned per use case and per business, the way computer vision always had to work. To get there, start collecting data now. The traces of how your employees actually use these agents become the fuel for the smaller model you fine-tune later. Ahmed argued the next step is continual learning that updates the weights, instead of piling notes into markdown files, and that learning belongs on local hardware. The best story was NVIDIA swarming EXO Labs. After one dinner, teams flooded a conference room for 3 weeks and squeezed a 10 times speed up out of the DGX Spark. As Alex put it, they solved no new computer science. They took things NVIDIA experts had already built and assembled them into a bouquet, tuning data center tricks for the desk. The payoff sat on stage, Nematron 3 Ultra, a 550 billion parameter model, running across 4 Sparks at about 30 tokens a second, on desks, not in a data hall. Matt was blunt about what still falls short. For ordinary people and businesses, running local must be as simple as opening cursor, and today it is far from that. The fix should not live in documentation. It should be point and click, the tool quietly working out which model and quantization fit your hardware, so you never think about it. That is the promise behind projects like Osmantic's ODS and EXO. Download a small model, start playing, and let the next best one fetch itself in the background. Joseph showed the last mile flow. To tag deep-sea fish footage, Roboflow's customer used big models and an LLM as judge to build a dataset, then ran a tiny model on the sub. That is the shape of most problems. Use monster frontier models to bootstrap an efficient open-source setup, then run it cheaply and privately on your own device. The closing ask was simple. If you think local AI matters, then open models matter, so use, change, and share them, and advocate at right2intelligence.org.